Here in Florida. um, I've been with Lactigo since the first part of this year. And originally, this started with a couple other affiliates where we were going to do like a gel and tell here locally. And we thought, well, why not just bring it to the whole team, to anybody that would like to share? Um, so, what this is for is for people to bring real stories, their real testimonies of how Lactigo has helped them in their lives, and for you to invite others to come on and listen and absorb all the things Lactigo, and then be able to follow up with people and answer their questions and just come together for all those things. So anyone that might want to speak in the future, feel free to reach out to me. Currently, we'll be doing this about once a month. This is very laid back, just not a very long call. I have a few people lined up to speak this evening. And if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. We'll answer those questions the best we can. And yeah, so if we can go ahead and get started, I would like to have Joanne unmute herself and share her experience with us.
I think you were telling me to go ahead. You were kind of breaking up. I don't know if it's my phone or not. I know I have some weather here in Okeechobee, out in the middle of nowhere. Hi, everybody. I'm Joanna, if you don't know me. I am good friends with a few of you on this call. I love you guys. Love seeing all your faces. So my little story, somebody reached out to me and know that from a lot of pain. I've had 3 back surgeries. I have double sciatica. I have neuropathy. I have bulging discs. I have fibromyalgia. I feel like the list can go on and on. I hate saying it out loud because I always tell everybody I'm really healthy and stuff. But this has literally been a game changer, you guys. So, along with some other stuff that I've been doing, I used to have to take pain pills and just like everything. Like literally, I have tried everything. And if you've ever been in pain and had to do the stuff like dealt with anything, you will try almost anything you can get your hands on to get out of pain, to have a good night's sleep. Because when we decide to calm down and relax our muscles, that's when the pain really, really dives in there. So I literally, I swear I could, if I could just have a shower of the Lactigo, I would be in heaven. But I have, with the science behind it, even if I'm not in pain or anything at the moment, I still put it on because I know that it's going in and regenerating and repairing. So I put it on every morning. I put it on every night. I have over an hour drive to work every morning. And if you have sciatica, you know how difficult that can be. I took on a new position and I'm now an office manager. So I sit a lot at a desk. So again, so I put it, sometimes I have a bottle right in my drawer and I tell you, anybody that's got a headache, anybody that's got any aches or pains, they get some Lactigo. The stuff travels with me. I love our to-go packs. I have it in my purse. But not with just with that, just being able to share the love of this and help people get out of pain. And I know it's for the athletes. I get that. And because of this um, Lactigo, I've been able to start doing some more movement and getting my body moving more and walking and stuff because we know that sometimes pain can be crippling. And that's really where I was starting to get back to where I could barely move again. And now I'm moving again. So that's just absolutely amazing. But even like my mother, so I could tell stories and stories. I can go on and on, but I'll just tell mine and my mom's, and I'm just probably jumping around everywhere. So I apologize, everybody. I have a little ADD sometimes. Um, but my mother, she was waking up screaming in pain every night. And we had literally tried everything for her. So they told her there was nothing she could do for her back. Her back was equivalent to somebody in their hundreds, like 100, because it was this disc on disc from her degenerative disc disorder. And so she would just, with the pinching nerves into her sciatica and stuff, she just wake up with Charlie horses. And if you have neuropathy or sciatica, you know what Charlie horses I'm talking about. The ones that you wake up literally screaming and thinking you're dying, and nothing you can do can take them away. So we started putting this like on her back and down each side of her buttocks where that sciatica runs. And you guys, she sleeps. She does not wake up screaming every night. So I'm like gonna get all teary-eyed just thinking about it. Because when you can do that for somebody or even have that passion of me being able to sleep too, so I can take care of the family. They live with me, has just been a godsend. So I could literally go on and on. Everybody in my house uses it, but I'll just stop with those two because I know there's other people that want to talk. And I just love you all. Thank you, Teresa, for having me on here and letting me share.
Thank you so much, Joanne. We appreciate you sharing with us too. It's ironic that you mentioned the Charlie horses because I was, before you mentioned that, thinking in my head, I shared on the first Gel and Tell the things about like my arthritis in my shoulders, and I have severe scoliosis, a double curve in my spine. I use it for working out, pre and post, a Baker cyst in my knee and bone spurs. And I'm not, getting cortisone shots or anything, and I'm able to move and I don't feel any of the aches and discomforts. But this past week, for 2 different nights, for some reason, the first night got a Charlie horse so bad in one of my feet and it would not go away. And I try to get up, walk around and everything. And I'm like, let me try Lactigo. It was hurting so bad. And I put it on, and about 3, 4, 5 minutes, it just stopped and it went away. The next night, I immediately grabbed it off my nightstand because my calf went into a Charlie horse. And it was literally, I didn't even have to get up and walk around. It went away and dissipated in just minutes. So, it was ironic that you brought that up. So we have Robin Olson. If you could unmute and share with us, please.
Hey, everybody. I have been in the company for just 3 months, maybe. Stephanie Grachik is one that got me going with it. I use it on my back. I use it on my calves for cramps, which I would wake up every night. Severe cramps. I don't get them. I do not get them anymore. And my back pain, it's a different back pain. I was almost thrown down some steps by a gust of wind. So I caught myself and I tore something and it just doesn't go away. I could not get up from a sitting position without, as Wally says, looking like I was 100 years old. Since using that, I can get up and down. I can do anything. I work out. I do Tae Bo 5 days a week. When I get back down to Florida, January for the whole month. So excited. I'm going to start walking. So this product has been an absolute godsend for our family. And then one more story on Thanksgiving, my daughter came and my 12-year-old grandson had a massive headache. He went upstairs and laid down, came down, tried to eat, couldn't eat, clicked, took him upstairs and rubbed the Lactigo on his head, forehead, his temples, and his neck. Within 20 minutes, the kid was running around like the wild man he usually is. So I can't say enough positive about the product. So that's about it for me. And my husband uses it, so it's here to stay. So
That is
just want to thank
awesome.
everybody.
Thank you for sharing, Robin. And like
You
Cassidy
bet.
said on the call, you know, children are not going to tell a story, they're going to tell you the truth. Mommy, I don't feel this. It was funny. So I was at an event yesterday, and things keep coming up that I can relate and share. Just to give this cute story, it was Chas, her. It was with Chaser Water. She was out there. I can't. Izzy. Angel is her husband, and their 2 sons walked up to the Lactigo table yesterday, and the one little boy was playing with the bottles of Lactigo on the table. And we were talking as adults, but I was listening and watching him as he was playing with the bottles, and he picked up the bottle and he goes, "This stuff really works." And it just cracked me up. So later I had met over at the cafe area and Angel was over there, and I was telling him that. And then Izzy walked up and I told her that her son and what he said. And I said, he must have heard you talking, or he goes, "Yeah, it does. It works. It works." So it was pretty funny. Jennifer.
Sure. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I've been with the company for a couple of months, and I love this product. I have a autoimmune disease called ankylosing spondylitis, which is I had never even heard of that until I had it. If you say lupus, everybody's heard of that, but spondylitis is inflammation of the back and spine, and the joints. And so for me, I get really tender joints in my wrists, down in my foot, down like over almost like a bunion area. And so for me, using Lactico, I put that on my spine at night and I put it on the bottoms of my feet. And then I always do my wrist, morning and night, always do my wrist. I've used this product for headaches, stress. We know the stress with the holidays, the back of the neck and the shoulder area. And then these last couple of months, we've had a market, so we've been able to share this with lots of other people. And it's just amazing. Every single show we have, you never know what people have going on until you ask them, do you have any soreness, any discomfort? Do you work out? It helps with so many things. Like you said, with the working out, pre-workout, post-workout. We just had a show this last weekend. There was a guy that was all sweaty, looked like he had some basketball clothes on. I asked him, did you work out? And said, this helps, that carnosine in this product helps buffer that lactic acid. So, he's not going to be as sore. So he went in, we just got a booth, let him try some on. And we always have one person that feels that gel work within like 10 minutes. They either walk away and they end up coming back, or they've had times where at the booth we had 3 ladies there, and one lady was shoulder. She used to do massage and she had a really bad shoulder issue. While I was putting it on, the lady sitting down to do her knee, this lady said, "This stuff works." She just loved it. She bought it right there on the spot. She just felt it working before she even left the booth. So, I'm a believer that, I might not have all of those ailments, but I hear so many, I get to try it on these people and they have different issues, their needs, their risks. And so I love that. Bug bites, anything with your skin. I've gotten bitten. Like we set up and we have a tree. It's a kind of woody area there. I've gotten bites on my hands. It works great for anything with your skin, with bug bites or bites and things like that. And then also, we ain't getting any younger, the anti-aging. So I do put that on my face, the non-menthol. We have the menthol and the non-menthol. So I do put the non-menthol, on my face every night. And then the magnesium in it. I always reference the Calm. There's that powder Calm that has magnesium in it. This goes directly into your skin. So I feel that it really helps me sleep good at night. I feel really good in the morning when I put that on, just all over. I sleep a lot better. So that's kind of my testimonial. I love this product. I love sharing it with people and just getting it on people. I mean, they say, just try it, and they really do. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate you coming on and sharing. And Vanita, will you share with us?
It would be my honor. And so I feel like all of us that are speaking tonight, we all have something going on with our backs. And so I too was not getting good sleep, tossing and turning, the whole deal. And so I was introduced to Lactigo as just try this, and so I'm so glad that it was given to me. And we started noticing pretty quickly that I was getting better sleep. So I have psoriatic arthritis, and you started talking about the spondylitis. I didn't realize it was a lupus thing. So I've heard it associated with psoriatic arthritis. And so in the cartilage, I think also, doesn't it affect cartilage? So in my ribs, in my shoulders, I have bursitis, both of my hips, behind my right knee, I get swelling. Just a nice trifecta of things going on. I always say, like, what's on your bingo card? Because if you check my bingo card, I'm getting like all the whole full card checked. And so Lactigo really helps give me relief. And so I got me a little rolly thing right off the bat and was like, let me get a little dish. And I literally in the morning and at night roll it on both my shoulders, down my back, around my ribs, sciatica. Nana, you talked about sciatica. It's like whenever you got like a towel balled up underneath your butt. So literally, I did something the other day. I was putting a sample in somebody's mailbox and I opened my window. I'm 5'2", y'all. And so I thought I could put the sample in and get a video to send, right? And so it was not happening. So I got out and I still had my right leg still in the car. And right as I turned to put that sample in and get that video, I was like, oh, probably not a good idea. So I went ahead and got both legs out, got my video, and then I got back in the car. And on the way home, I was like, I feel like I'm sitting on a wadded towel, you know? And so anybody who's dealt with sciatica knows wadded towel is bad news in the buttock. And so got home, rubbed down, y'all. I was done with that in about 2 days, and I never really fully suffered. And so anybody who's dealt with sciatica on multiple occasions knows, like, that's a praise report. And so I really was impressed at how fast it mitigated that, because it's something that I deal with. So my chiropractor, I'm under chiropractic care consistently. I go once a week and have for years. Because I try to do everything natural and holistically. And that was one of the things about Lactigo. It was limited ingredients. And I was very impressed by that. And so for me to be able to mitigate those problems within just a couple of days this time was almost miraculous, like for me. And so because it's something that I do deal with, bend, lift, and twist, I don't do the BLT. I only eat BLTs. And so that's just, I have to remind myself, don't BLT, no bending, lifting, twisting. I can bend, I can lift, but I cannot twist. And so just a simple reminder, but with Lactigo, I'm keeping the inflammation down. And even my chiropractor has noticed how much the inflammation has gone down. And so I'm appreciative. And then one other little side note story, other than, you know, my whole body, I went to the dentist to get a cap fixed, and they had my mouth. So I get in there and they're like, oh yeah, $2,000 later, we saw a little gray shadow. Let's do some more work. Right. And so another tooth down. But I'm in there and I had my mouth open for so long that whenever I got done, my mouth was so sore. And I got home and I was like, I wasn't even thinking about it. But later on, I was like, I can barely open my mouth. It is so sore. And so I got some Lactigo and I rubbed it on there. And within minutes, I felt relief and I was able to open my mouth. So then, of course, I was talking to the dentist about it. But that's my story. I love the product and that it's, you know, easy to apply. You know, it's not one and done. It's not surgery in a bottle. But if you put it on morning and night, and whenever you think about it during the day, you'll sure feel better. So that's my story.
Thank you so much, Sunita. I just want to thank everyone that spoke tonight, everyone that joined us to listen in. Make sure you get back to the person that invited you here this evening. If you are interested to share your testimony at a future Gel and Tell, please reach out to me. Send me a message and I will make sure to get you down for the next one. Currently, we are doing this once a month. As you can see, we're trying to make it short and sweet. And I wish everyone a great evening.